Hello, and welcome back to Simple English Chat. I'm Leo, and with me, as always, is my brilliant co-host, Mia.
Hey everyone! It's great to be back here on our YouTube channel. We're so happy you're joining us for another episode of our Word Class series. If you haven't already, make sure to check out our previous videos so that you don't get confused by anything new in this video.
That's right, Mia. Today, we're diving into a really important and useful part of English grammar in our third word class, adjectives.
Yes, adjectives. They make our sentences much more interesting and colorful. Without adjectives, English would be quite plain.
Very plain, Mia. Imagine trying to describe something without them. It would be like trying to paint a picture with only one color.
Exactly. So, let's start with a very basic question. What is an adjective, Leo?
Great question, Mia. In simple terms, an adjective is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun. It tells us more about a person, a place, a thing, or an idea.
So, it adds information. It gives us details. For example, if I say, I have a car, that's okay. But if I say, I have a red car, the word red tells us more about the car. Red is the adjective.
Perfect example. The car is the noun, and red describes it. It tells us what kind of car it is in terms of color.
Or if I say, the dog is big. Big tells us about the size of the dog. So, big is an adjective.
That's right. Adjectives answer questions like, what kind? Which one? How many or how much?
Let's break those down a little. What kind is probably the most common one. Like in your example, a red car. What kind of car? A red car. Or a happy child. What kind of child? A happy child.
Yes, happy describes the child's feeling or state. It's an adjective. Another common one is a tall building. What kind of building? A tall building. Tall is the adjective.
And for which one? We might say, I like that book. Here, that is acting as an adjective, pointing out a specific book. Or the first person in line. First tells us which person.
Good point. Sometimes words that we think of as other parts of speech can act as adjectives, depending on how they are used. But for now, let's stick to the more common descriptive adjectives.
Agreed. Let's talk about how many. This is super easy. If I say, I have 2 apples. 2 is the adjective. It tells us how many apples.
And it works for other numbers too. Many people came to the party. Many is an adjective describing people. Or, there are few cookies left. Few describes the quantity of cookies.
So, numbers are adjectives when they tell us how many of a noun there are. That's a good tip for our learners.
Absolutely. Now, how do we spot adjectives in a sentence, Mia? What are some common places we find them?
The most common place is right before the noun they describe. This is called the attributive position. For example, a beautiful flower. Beautiful comes before flower.
Or, a difficult task. Difficult comes before task. This is super common in English.
Yes, very common. Another place we often see adjectives is after linking verbs. These are verbs like be, am, is, are, was, were, seem, look, feel, sound, taste, smell, become, and get.
So, if I say, the flower is beautiful. Here, beautiful is still describing the flower, but it comes after the linking verb is. This is called the predicative position.
Exactly. Or, he seems tired. Tired describes he and comes after seems. The food tastes delicious. Delicious describes food and comes after tastes.
These linking verbs connect the subject of the sentence to a word that describes it. That descriptive word is often an adjective. This is a really important rule to remember.
It helps a lot when you're trying to identify them. So, to recap, before a noun or after a linking verb. Those are the 2 main places.
Let's try some examples. I'll say a sentence, and you tell me the adjective and what it describes.
Sounds like a fun game. I'm ready.
Okay, first one. The old house stood on the hill.
Old is the adjective, and it describes the noun house. It tells us what kind of house.
Correct. Next, she felt happy after the good news.
Happy is the adjective. It describes she and comes after the linking verb felt.
Perfect. You're on a roll. How about, I bought 3 new books?
3 is the adjective, and it tells us how many books I bought. New is also an adjective, describing the books as well. Oh, 2 adjectives in one sentence.
Excellent catch, Mia. You found both. Sometimes sentences have more than one adjective describing the same noun. That's totally normal.
Yes, we can say a big red car. Both big and red describe the car.
And often, we use a comma between adjectives when they describe the same thing equally. But that's a topic for another day, maybe when we talk about adjective order.
Good point, Leo. Let's keep it simple for today. What about words that end in certain ways? Can that help us spot adjectives?
Yes, that's a great tip. Many adjectives have common endings, called suffixes. For example, words ending in full often are adjectives, like beautiful, careful, helpful.
Or less, meaning without something, like careless, hopeless, fearless.
Exactly. Another common one is able or able, meaning capable of or able to be. Think of comfortable, readable, terrible, visible.
Oh, and why is a big one for describing things. Sunny, cloudy, rainy, funny, sleepy.
Yes, those are very common. And us, like famous, dangerous, joyous.
And ish, like childish, foolish, reddish.
We also have eve, like active, creative, expensive.
And al, like musical, natural, personal.
So, while not every word with these endings is an adjective, and not every adjective has these endings, it's a really helpful clue when you're unsure.
Definitely. It's like a little hint. So, we've talked about what adjectives are and how to spot them. Let's talk about why they are so important, Leo.
They add detail and make our language much richer. Without adjectives, our descriptions would be very basic. Imagine trying to describe a movie without saying it was exciting or boring.
Or describing a person without saying they are kind or funny. It would be impossible to really share your feelings or observations.
Adjectives help us express opinions, feelings, and specific characteristics. They make our communication clearer and more engaging.
Think about storytelling. If you're telling a story and you just say, a man walked into a room, it's not very interesting. But if you say, a tall, mysterious man walked into a dark, old room, suddenly you have a picture in your mind.
Exactly. Tall, mysterious, dark, old. All adjectives painting a picture for the listener. They add flavor to our language.
And they help us differentiate things. If you have 2 shirts, one is blue and one is green, the adjectives blue and green help you tell them apart.
They are essential for precision. If you want a specific item, you need adjectives to describe it. Can you pass me the small, yellow cup? Rather than just, can you pass me the cup?
So, for our English learners, practicing using adjectives is a fantastic way to improve your speaking and writing. Don't be afraid to add them.
Start by thinking about the nouns around you. What color are they? What size are they? How do they feel? What kind of mood are they in?
For example, look at your phone. Is it new or old? Is it big or small? Is it black or white or silver? These are all adjectives.
Look at the weather outside. Is it sunny, cloudy, windy, cold, warm? All adjectives.
Look at your drink. Is it hot, cold, sweet, sour, delicious? More adjectives.
It's a great exercise. Just pick any noun and try to think of 5 adjectives to describe it.
Let's try it with a simple noun right now. How about cat?
Okay, for cat. Fluffy, playful, lazy, cute, sleepy.
Good ones. My turn for cat: soft, independent, graceful, quiet, hungry.
See how many different ways we can describe the same thing? Adjectives give us that power.
They really do. And we can also use adjectives to compare things. This is called comparison.
Oh, that's a slightly more advanced topic, but we can touch on it briefly. We use adjectives to say something is taller or the tallest.
Right. So, if we have two dogs, one is big and the other is bigger. Bigger is a comparative adjective.
And if we have 3 dogs and one is the largest of all, we say it's the biggest. Biggest is a superlative adjective.
We usually add or for comparing two things and est for comparing 3 or more. Like small, smaller, smallest.
Or fast, faster, fastest. But for longer adjectives, we use more and most. Like beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful.
We don't say beautifuler. That sounds funny. So, it's more interesting, most interesting.
This is a fantastic next step for our learners once they are comfortable identifying and using basic adjectives. But for today, let's focus on the fundamentals.
Absolutely. So, to really cement this, let's do a quick recap of the main points.
Sounds good. I think we've covered a lot of ground today on adjectives.
Okay, everyone, listen up. Here's a quick summary of what we talked about today on Simple English Chat. First, an adjective is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun. It tells you more about a person, place, thing, or idea. Example, a blue sky. Blue describes sky. Second, adjectives answer questions like what kind, which one, how many, or how much. Example, a kind person, what kind. 3 books, how many? Third, you can often find adjectives in 2 main places in a sentence. Before the noun they describe. Example, the happy dog ran. After a linking verb like is, am, are, was, were, seem, feel, look, taste, smell. Example, the dog is happy. Fourth, some common adjective endings or suffixes can help you spot them. Full, beautiful, helpful. Less, careless, fearless. Able/able, comfortable, visible. Why, sunny, funny. Us, famous, dangerous. Ish, childish, reddish. Eve, active, expensive. Al, musical, natural. Fifth, adjectives are super important because they add detail, make your language richer, help you express opinions, and make your communication clearer. And finally, practice. Look around you and try to describe things using adjectives. The more you use them, the easier it becomes.
Wow, Mia, that was a fantastic summary. You covered all the key points perfectly.
Thanks, Leo. I hope that really helps our listeners understand adjectives better and feel more confident using them.
I'm sure it will. Adjectives are truly powerful words that can transform your English. Start adding them to your sentences today.
Absolutely. And remember, if you have any questions or want us to cover another topic, just let us know in the comments below on YouTube.
Yes, we love hearing from you. Thank you so much for joining us on Simple English Chat today.
We'll be back soon with another episode in our Word Class series, covering the important topic of adverbs. Until then, keep practicing and keep learning.
Bye, everyone.
See you next time.